Can't see anything. There we go. What's up, Howard? I think one of your orders went out in the mail yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was just the... Or maybe not? I don't know. I can't remember whose stuff I shipped out yesterday. But, hey Rob, yeah, this is one of Lawrence's pieces. Finally getting time again to be able to work on stuff during the day. Here we go. They all live in the same part of the house though. I've got your stuff and Big Boy, and then his and Ben's. Alright, so this paint job's pretty simple. Lawrence knew what he was looking for, so it's just gold. And the cape I'll probably airbrush just because it's supposed to be a lighter color, and I'm not really in the mood to punish myself, so we're not going to be doing that with the brush, most likely. But everything else should be pretty straightforward. We're going to work on the gold, non-metallic metal. I've got this guy and then the Roll Survivors all at the same time. And then I'll be working on, oh, what is it? What did I say? Oh, the Sunstalker. And then the Green Knights, and then I'll be able to break off of his stuff for a little while. I might start Gorm, but I'm pretty sure the Sunstalker is going to take me too long. Hey, Ben. Yeah, this is for Lawrence. I'm trying to get some of his stuff. Just a few things. I don't know when you just hopped in, but I'm trying to get this, the Sunstalker, and then the Roll Survivors, and 2 of the Emerald Knights for not this upcoming weekend, but 2 weekends from now for him, as I slowly start to make my way through everything again. It's going really thin here, though. Has to be expected. Uh-oh, did I break the paint right there? Is that what that is? Or is that just wet? Looks like I broke the paint, so I gotta chill. I almost left the hands off. I probably should have, but I did not. Thought about it and almost did. Yeah, it's cool. It's also, I don't know, it just kind of like a lot of, I don't know, it's hard to put my finger on it as well, but I feel like it just sort of sits well. Like a lot of KDM sculpts, like one part of the sculpt just doesn't really make sense a lot of the time. Some of the newer sculpts do a little bit better than that, but like some of the older stuff is just kind of like, what is going on? Like they'll like one part won't make sense with either the motion of it, the proportion of it. But I think that's a pretty smooth gradient already. That looks pretty good. I'm going way thinner than I typically do. But I'm trying to do as much mid-tone work with this as I can, so that's why I'm going so super duper extra thin. Lawrence had to do something today. Normally he can, I told him I'd be streaming, so hopefully he can hop in, but he had to make a long work drive to, I think, see a client. I did the gap filling differently this time. I did okay. You can still see a little bit of it right there. I always do it afterwards now, after I do the Zenithal. Riffs, beards, and gears. I don't know what that is, David, but I'll have to check it out. But I used Milliput instead of green stuff, so that way I could just water it down. And I kind of like Milliput better at this point. It's very, I don't know. You use like so little. But I think I just get a better result out of it. What I'm not looking forward to are the chicks that go on the base, because they suck. Like, as with a lot of the Kingdom Death miniatures, the tooling of them is done by an absolute moron. So, like, the arms have seams that are just trash. But I'll try my best. But I know for a fact that those miniatures just suck. And, like, they're naked, so, like, you literally, it's like, they're like, hey, here's a miniature that's all skin, but we're gonna give you, like, the worst. We're gonna give you the absolute worst miniature cut possible. Like, okay, cool. Thanks, guys. I can't tell what I'm seeing here. It's, like, specifically right there. I don't know, I think it's like a little piece of junk. It just came off. There we go. Yeah, when I painted this last time for that like complete lunatic, I put them on the base for him, and then Lawrence wants them on the base, so they're going on the base. Because, yeah, if you're trying to do, like, perfect scan, there's nothing worse than a company that, like, already fucks you from the get-go. Now, with this color, I'm not concerned with edges necessarily. I'm putting this on here just so I can get the tone highlighted up a little bit, but small details like that I wait until the sort of, like, more complete colors. But if I just need the tone there to get the ball rolling, I put it there. Tonight we are doing the digital mock-up for the Patreon Atelier new project. His name's Locomotive. It's kind of funny. Oh, I should have done this right here. It's okay. We can fib it. I can wash it back down. So we'll be doing that tonight. so funny working with blue tack because it's just like whoa, 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 whoa. Spending the most time here right on the chest, right? Because obviously it's the most like focally relevant portion of the paint job, but oh no, why is this happening? Something's not going according to plan here. I think it's this brush. There we go. Let's see, so he does stand at kind of like a strange. Alright. Alright, let's continue on here. Huh. Okay. It looks pretty good. I'm not too upset about that. What's funny is, like, this is just a skin tone on top of auburn, and it ends up looking like, you know, a goldy tone. We're obviously going to glaze it with a yellow to really get it there. Get it there big time. Give me 1 second. All right, let's keep it going. definitely picking, choosing where to put this stuff on like the really shitty chainmail here. It's always so intriguing to me with Kingdom Death specifically that like some of the sculpts are very attentive and then some parts are super lazy. Just like super lazy. So this is super lazy, right? Because it's not none of it's symmetrical. Like it just seems like they took the tool and just kind of like shoved it. It's just very odd. Everybody knows I don't like that stuff. Oh, I saw Lawrence was here. Glad you could break away. Now remember, Lawrence, if you don't like what you see, you're supposed to threaten me with a chargeback unless I do unlimited revisions, okay? Just remember that that's how this works. With Kingdom Death clients, you're supposed to be threatening and the worst. You have to threaten me from your own letterhead. Yeah, no, I think with like the very few the gigs that I have remaining still to this day, like for the ones that I couldn't afford to just refund and get rid of, you know, everybody's happy when they see the work that I'm doing. It's just literally me being able to do it. Like asking me for any kind of like, especially like right now, asking me for any kind of ETA or anything is like, I mean, I could tell you tomorrow. It doesn't, you know, everything changes so much. But everything should look good. And that's the one trade-off. Let me see. Now this side, I guess we'll tone right here, but everything's so small that it really does, like this is all in shadow. So maybe just like the top part. That's really like all that would make sense. I may go back in with a little bit more like the auburn color. I still want to do that, but that's pretty much it. All right, let's start working on the amount of paint that I'm using is so laughable right now too. It's like tiny baby amounts. And because that's a cylinder, we're only going to do the volume highlight there towards the center. Even though I will say, ever since we did the Patreon project, The King of Hell, my gold non-metallic metal workflow is like so much easier. Like that entire thing, we really pushed a lot. And it really helped me sort of nail down my most effective way to get it all looking good relatively fast. I remember when like I used to stress so much about non-metallic metal, and now it's literally like second nature. The Commissar, Deathkrieg. Oh, are you one of those cringy Deathkrieg LARPers that's like, oh, I love the Iron Cross. I love it. God, I remember, I forget saw the best meme about Greek players the other day. I can't remember what it was. The only commissar in my heart would be Yarrick. But only because he and Gazzy were such good friends. Now this section's gonna be hard to glaze. I'll slowly build it up across the little areas. Only because I want to use the side of my brush here, but there's literally no way. I could do it on top. Here, let's try this. This could be a terrible idea. Yep, that's not gonna happen. Let me try this. Maybe? I don't like it, but we'll just have to deal. See how it flooded just like right there? Let me see if I can pull it out. Maybe. This side, I don't have to worry about it, but that is not fun. Oh, I realized my palette cam's on lazy mode today. Let me see. It's so annoying when it resets. I didn't unplug it. I usually have to unplug it for all the 3D printing orders. Bump that? No, that's too much. Okay. Literally, okay, hold on. Let me show you this whole time the consistency here. We'll do a little consistency check. Since I'm not wearing a glove, here you go. So this is how thick the paint is. But you can see, right, layering a skin tone like that on top definitely reads more as gold. But a little bit thinner than I typically go. But I also wanted to like cheat as much as possible with the Zenithal beginner mode here. Now remember, Lawrence, I'm going to ship this to you, and I'm just going to put it in a box with rocks. And if you're lucky, it won't be totally destroyed, but part of the fun is getting to rebuild it afterwards. Oh, I don't know how I'm supposed to, you are aware, I'm sure you are aware this base doesn't, like, it's not round. Right? Yeah, so you do know this base like isn't round, right? So it doesn't fit on one of those like regular ones, I don't think. It's like oblong. But I can put magnets in it still. But yeah, it's like see how it's not a circle? It's like it farts really weird. I mean, maybe it fits. I haven't tried to fit it up with one of the big ones, but... I'm not to that point yet, so I do not care. But I was just looking at it and I was like, that's not a circle. That's not round. It goes on a 50. Well, then that's good, because that means I can drill holes for the magnets. Yeah, honestly, like the day that Kingdom Death finally gets a lawsuit against them, they will shut down. Like, it is just so funny how it's funny to see like what they're able to get away with all the time, like literally non-stop shenanigans. But well, that looked a lot better than I was expecting. They're like, what do you mean we can't... What do you mean we can't continually say things are on sale that have never actually hit retail before? Wait, what? What do you mean? Good old e-commerce. But I can't complain. I scalped like twice, I think. So I've made a little money. Okay, that should be alright until we go back in with the brighter color there. I like how I totally neglected the thumb. We'll correct it. Okay, so while that gets fake red in there, we'll go to some other side. Just updated. How long had that been? Like months? Man, shout out to everybody buying the Miniature Monday. God, it's gonna... I have so much... What's funny is, like, I didn't think I needed 3 Saturns to keep up, but now I kind of do with all these people buying the Miniature Monday stuff. Big thank you, though. I appreciate you. I'm excited to be painting up the Daybreak stuff. Obviously more exciting than the Reaper Minis. What am I... What... Was this Shay? Yeah. Oh no. Sorry. Saw something terrible. Alright. Yeah, Reaper said they're gonna be maybe making an apology, but definitely clarifying tomorrow that I had nothing to do with the decision to end Miniature Monday, since they literally threw me under the bus last week on Thursday's show, saying that I wanted to do new things and I wanted to move on, which was completely not true. So we'll see what they say tomorrow, but that's one way to completely burn a bridge with me. It's so funny, man. Like, how hard would it have been to just, like, not lie? To just say, we wanted to try new stuff, right? But instead, they just had to lie about it. Like, okay, it's really cute. But we'll be able to do cooler stuff, so hey. Fine with me, I suppose. And even, you know, even if 10 people a month were to join in on the new stuff that we're doing, that's still great for me, so I appreciate it. Doing little dots. I don't even know why I'm doing that though, because we have to go back to the brighter color. Well, they just refuse to take responsibility for anything. That's what I've learned over the last year and a half. So, but yeah, like that was, you know, I wasn't mad because it all happened on like Tuesday last week, and I wasn't mad at all. I was just kind of bummed, you know. And then people started saying like, you know, it was me. So, but yeah. We'll see what they say tomorrow. I'm sure it will be 30 seconds, and it will be completely inconsequential, but at least, you know, I was able to force them to sort of do the right thing. But yeah, I've gotten multiple messages of people, you know, saying that I quit. And that is hilarious. So, super hilarious. It's like Jeff Dunham level comedy. So funny. Alright, that section's probably fine for now. I have a feeling this is going to be a little bit not as fun over here. Because I'm going to have to do a, like, separate... Okay, so it'll be right there. Okay. Oh man. Speaking of, they are definitely in trouble with the European people. This area was so bad. Easily so. Yeah, I mean, like, the guys that I worked with were totally fine. Like, they actually cared and felt bad and whatever. So the problem's not with them. I know exactly who the problem is. A couple of them. Oh, they, literally are... yeah, well, not really shipping issues, but every person that lives outside of the UK owes a bunch of money to actually get their delivery, so... Which, it's... You know, it's just one of those things. It could have been prevented, it could have not... I mean... you never know. You never know who to believe with that one. Alright. So this will need to be brighter right here. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to sell my stuff when it gets here. I didn't back everything, I just got like dragons and stuff, but at this point, I know I'm never going to really do anything with them, so I'll probably just throw them up on my website. I'll figure out like whatever the going price is on eBay, and I'll just charge a little bit less. And say, goodbye. And just not worry about it. Okay, fine enough. Dandy enough here. Oh, the feet. I don't really want to mess with the feet, though, too much until it's off of the, We'll do a little bit of this, but until it's off the blue tack, like, I'm not really caring at all about anything. We'll kind of fake some tone. I'll just fake where the tone's gonna go, right? That's pretty much it. Okay, cool. Should we glaze now or glaze later? Let's glaze now. Then we'll just refine stuff. We're making pretty good time on this. Everything else is so simple. Like, this is the hardest part. Well, and the cape, like I said, but I'm gonna fiddle around with that with the airbrush. Okay. Let's do a little test here on the shoulder and see if my color combo is bad. I'm not expecting it to be, but you never know. Should be fine. I have clear yellow, but I find that the marigold works better for gold, so... Looks like it'll be good. Hey, Rex. Yeah, I saw you painted for Dark Sword. That's pretty cool. I wish they paid people appropriately. Their minis ain't cheap. Oh, you mean they should make enough money to pay the artists that paint their stuff? I agree, Christian. Or like not try and throw Reaper under the bus or like other companies. It's always fun. That's always fun. I remember when they did that to Shoshi and I was like, dude, that's so scummy. But hey, we all know the truth about these companies now, so. So the glaze is nice though. You can see we're getting to that nice rich gold. What's funny is like this looks almost. It's funny. The inspiration photo that I'm going off of, right, that Lawrence had. They didn't use non-metallic metal. They just did like a bunch of glazing on gold paint. And it's funny that like you can achieve essentially the exact same thing. And honestly, right, this hasn't taken us that long. Like, in the world of how long some of this stuff can take, 45 minutes or however long, it's not that bad. 49 minutes, sorry, to get to where we're at. I'm really just over brushing the glaze on the lazy chainmail here. That way I can desaturate where I sort of want like the fake shadow to be. Now the real question is, will I ruin it whenever I do all the edge work, so. Thanks, Sharky. I know it's hard out there being a shark. You're out there swimming around, you keep looking back at your fish screen. What's funny is Sharky actually is a shark, and he the person at the aquarium watches my streams, but they let him type and watch through his aquarium. I'm enjoying working on this though. Honestly, I don't know why there aren't more tents. Seems more exciting than fake coral. though I'm sure sharks like literally wouldn't care, right? If we're thinking about like what they want in their environment. Unless it's like, okay, well, yeah, I mean, if you're like a nurse shark or like, you know, something that actually utilizes your environment. But if you're like a great white, I mean, you just need room. Room and food, right? New episode of My 600 Pound Life. I'm a shark. Why am I on this show? Sharks operate on space physics. Can never stop moving. Wagga wagga wagga. Alright, well, you know, it's alright, I guess. First of all, I've done my own research. Fish don't have gills. Gills are just a lie the deep state want you to believe. You know, same people trying to frame Matt Gaetz. Gill conspiracy. It's all a lie. Man, so I gotta learn to stop using eBay for real. Like, it's so bad. But somebody had Big Mammal. So somebody had, and it was an account. So like it's an account with like 6,000 reviews, right? So all they do all day is resell books. And so since we're gonna be doing D&D here, I wanted to have a couple extra player handbooks and just for the table. And so they had the player handbook for like, I don't even know, $17, like just under $17 each, which is very good. And they had like a photo and everything. It looked totally fine, just used, right? Like same quality you would find at a half price book, something like that. And so I was like, cool, let me grab 2 of them, right? Like that's such a great deal. So I grabbed 2 of them and literally 2 weeks go by and they didn't ship it. And it's past like the shipping estimate window. So I'm like, okay, cool. You know, I love it when this stuff starts. It's always nice. And so I like send them a message and I'm like, hey, you know, they're like, hey, if you know it hasn't arrived, you know, you can get a refund. So I'm like, all right, dude, hey, can I get a refund? Like you didn't ship it, so I want a refund. So then 3 days after I requested the refund, then I get an email saying, oh, it's been shipped, but no tracking info. So I can't actually get eBay involved until the 16th. So it's just so funny that like people are doing that on eBay where they just sit on shit forever. And then, because I know that if I have eBay intervene on the 16th, they'll be like, well, they did ship it and it says, you know, whatever. So but yeah, I gotta learn to stop using eBay. It's such a scam city. But yeah, I sent him another message. I was like, yo, why did you ship this? I asked you to refund it. Like, what kind of game are you playing? Because I have to pay for the return shipping. Which honestly, maybe I'll do, right? Just to like be able to leave this guy negative feedback, but yeah, I was hoping to get out of town this weekend, but it's not going to happen since I was sick last weekend, which sucks. That trip is forever being postponed, but I'll just have to ship stuff to people instead of taking it to Texas. And then, it's Sunday, we have our group coming over for the first time. Everybody's all vaccinated up. Let's see, I'm going to go in with mid-tones, because I'm going to get nice warm color here. But we're gonna be doing our sort of like session 0 for Bassin, and then we'll play a game. I don't know what game, but we'll play something. Yeah, I feel like for like the past 2 years, I've been slowly collecting new games and systems and stuff, just being like, whenever we can start playing things. So you can see I just made it richer. Mo rich. Oh my god. Was not expecting that bottle to be there. Yeah, so I will be most likely. And since we're not doing, like, I mean, we'll be painting stuff however it ends up. In terms of quality, it's not going to be anything crazy, right? But it'll be similar to what everybody's used to. So if you don't, you know, have the ability to Zenithal, obviously you can order that option from me and get yourself Zenithal. But if you have it at home, go ahead and do it, right? And I'll share more info, right, like a week out, as I start reminding people about Miniature Monday, yada yada yada. But so that should hopefully give you an idea of what to do. And then somebody else asked too, right, like what paints can be expected to be used or whatever. And you know, as long as you just have basic paints, right? Like if you have like the Miniature Monday palette, you're fine. If you have my palette that I use, you're fine. If you have your own paints, you're gonna be okay, right? It's gonna be one of those things like, all right, now I'm gonna take red, you know. So like, there shouldn't be any real barrier for entry. But I do appreciate you buying the Miniature Monday kit. Of course, if you are watching and you're confused, you can check out minipainting.studio in the shop. starting in May, every single Monday we'll be doing a paint job start to finish on some really sweet sculpts. One of them's right here. This is one of the minis we're gonna be working on. Now this guy's huge, right? This is a very enlarged version, but this is one of them from our selection for May. So definitely excited. And then we have a dwarf, and we've got a elf and a goblin, all from Daybreak Miniatures. Which, by the way, I love. If you have a 3D printer yourself and you've been looking for like an easy to produce creator, Daybreak is where it's at. Definitely go check them out. All of their supports, except for like one mini I've printed so far, had an elbow fail, which if you're a 3D printer, you like literally expect. That's like you expect to find something like that if it's a pre-supported file. But otherwise, most of their stuff has been perfect. They're not like Titan Forge or like some of these other, you know, big guys that literally like release trash. Unless they're a big guy that like 3D Printing Pro does supports for, then obviously good to go. What's weird too is I feel like Atlas is like Atlas support group. It's so strange because some of their stuff is great and then others it's like not. So I don't know. I think the thing with Atlas is that they respond quickly if like there is a problem with supports they've put out. So I guess that's like the benefit to using them if you're a creator. But I feel like Greg's just the killer. R&E Studios like, haha, I got us a winner. Somebody else did it too. Some other studio is doing it. So. Yeah, I may try and get, for Miniature Monday, like it's a little bit trickier since I do have to get a license, right, to do stuff that I want to work on. And I have to like plan it ahead of time, but you know, you can pretty much always guess. It'll be a selection from whoever we normally have. If it's Vevictus, like Vevictus's release for this month is gonna be fantasy western, so like I may want to do that. But I always, if I can, I would want to choose like a singular creator at a time. So that way, like, you know, their stuff gets exposure. I mean, I think this looks pretty good right now. It's been a while since I've done gold non-metallic metal. I'm not mad at it. Guys, am I mad at it? Should I be mad at it? Where's my screen? Hold up. It's always hard to tell because this monitor is always so washed out. Yeah, this looks cool. Lawrence, are you watching? You happy? I know he's happy. I know he's happy with this. Why don't we'll take a break off of that. We'll work on the green really quick. So we're gonna do some weird stuff with this green. We're gonna do this trick. And do some weird things here. Little alchemy for green pants. Okay, so we're going more yellow. Even though it's a ochre. It's like a tan ochre, but this could technically be green. I mean, you know, this color is very much chameleon tone. Okay, got that. Now we need this to dry, and I'll go into some magenta. This does look pretty dope, though. I don't know, maybe I've changed my entire attitude about painting KDM just because of today. I think what's going to be fun is doing the Roll Survivors, just because they have like such great expression. Painting their faces should be fun. Painting a big burly dude in a dress will be fun. Oh my gosh, I need to take sinus medicine. My teeth hurt from my allergies being so bad. We had a bunch of rain come through. I didn't have to water the garden today. I was afraid that, no, that's not right. I was afraid that they'd be kind of demolished. Like some of the smaller plants would be killed last night, but totally fine. Okay. You dry? It's dry. Let's get magenta. Lord of the Rings movies. Yeah, actually tomorrow you should see me starting to work on some. I had a Patreon student order like nearly everything from that collection, and we scaled them up to 150%, and then we're going to be working on them together. So he had said that we can stream those sessions, so we should have some fun. So if you do buy them, it's kind of like getting a free paint-along lesson with it, assuming I'm painting them similarly to how you would want to paint them. But keep an eye out for that, unless he has to reschedule. We were supposed to do it yesterday, but he had something come up. My favorite out of all of them is the Gollum character, just because it looks so good. Like the proportions are just so great, especially scaled up. Scaled up, they all look really, really, really good. Cool, that magenta definitely helped out. Just want to make sure it's not necessarily pooling too much, but I do want it to exist in the folds, like so. I need to have a clear magenta intervention with the way that I use it all the time. Okay, so then now that means... Okay, so now let's do phthalo green, because that's just a color people can't... I mean, you can buy it, what am I saying? You just can't buy it from Reaper. So I want a cool tone green for the highlight, so I'll mix that with skin tone, and we should be cool. There it is. My layer broke. Damn it. Let me see if I can break it all the way. There we go. We'll just wipe that off and pretend that that never happened. Alright. It's annoying. Maybe if I add some of this ochre. There we go. Try it down here. We'll start bright. There we go. I would like the texture to kind of be like silk. That's why I have the color jumping so quickly. That's also why I wanted to go from warm to cool to help that sheen look smoother, texturally speaking. I'm liking where we're going with this, though. It looks good. This color is so dark. Or at least, right, like contrast-wise next to everything else. Still very dark, but I don't want to go too far. Obviously the metal should look shinier. I think we're doing okay. Let's do up here in the stomachy area. Here, let's hit this side. Alright, so now, a little bit brighter, we'll go phthalo. I'm going to get the marigold, a little bit of the skin tone, more of the phthalo, more phthalo. Okay. Okay, so that definitely is what I'm looking for in terms of like the highlight structure. Very cool. We did it, Jim. Oops. Oh good, you can't see what I did. Okay. We do the arm's length check. Oh yeah, okay. Gotta love a good arm's length check, right? It's like social distancing for your paint shop. These are like super Dragon Ball Z pants, I feel like. The dead ghost of TN is like, where my pants at, dog? That's a deep dive. It's a deep dive comment right there. Where my real Dragon Ball fans at? Where my all the ball hogs drop 7-7 Shenron in the chat. That would be hilarious if Dragon Ball Z fans called themselves ball hogs. 7-7 Shenron. Oh God. Oh, put a third eye in the middle. Yo, but real talk, Master Roshi's gotta be canceled. Alright, I am getting this green where that gold is, but I gotta get in there to do that highlight. Master Roshi, definitely a problematic character. Yeah, exactly. A little bit different. A little bit different. I have seen some of the Dragon Ball Super stuff that is, you know, obviously way different. Goku. Anime's #1 best deadbeat dad. He's like, huh, I'm gonna go train. See you later. Alright, that green's fine. Right? Let me see. Yeah. Should we mess with the face a little bit? Get in there in the face. pretty good. Let's do, I don't remember what color I used. What color did I use to wash that? I don't know. I think I used this ochre. This oiled leather. Ochre. Oh god, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Cardi B painting jokes. Okay. Oh, good, Howard. Oh, crrr. Yes, oh, Chewy. Good to see you. You know I've got that wet ass palette. Is that the painting remix? I gotta be careful or Ben Shapiro will appear in my chat crying.
Can you believe this is what this culture has done to our hobby? Can you believe this? Can you believe it? I will destroy you with facts and logic because my feelings and my brain are exactly the same as a 2-year-old's.
Left out Moab. Oh, sorry. I gotta speak even faster. Sorry, that was my Jordan Peterson on Benzo's impersonation then. I want an all-meat diet. The women in my family run my life. Make your bed. Make your bed. That's Jordan Peterson. I want the nose to be pinker. I don't know if that's okay with Lawrence. I want it to be like a little pink nose. Here, let's see. We're doing it anyway. We're going in. Wait, why is that side sculpted but what? Come on. Really? Kingdom Death? You're gonna give me a nut? Okay. Is this really how we're doing it? You don't sculpt the other side of the nose? What? So you can clearly see the reflection I just put right there, right? On that nostril? That isn't sculpted. That small little lip. The mold that they're using, right, didn't have enough fidelity to reproduce it on that side, which is so whack. Because I know I don't have enough control to like try and shave that down to make it look like it's there. Oh my god. Come on. But that's how you know I'm bad at painting, because I blame the miniature. I blame the mini and my tools because I suck, clearly. We'll just pretend that we're not even trying to do that.
It'd be nice if I could have that.
Alright, let's get more tan skin up in here. What we don't want to do... Let's get some green. Okay, that's the trick. I need pale green. Because we need to get away from... There we go. We need to get away from the warm. Put some Deviland Mud on it. What kind of Gwyneth Paltrow goop product are you trying to tell me to use right now? Do I have to like charge my crystals and pray to my Yanni egg? There we go. Looks like the light green was the secret. I'm telling you. That is true. I do break my brushes, you're right. That is true. That looks pretty good, man. And it's not even my final form. Let's keep going. You think one of my chakras is blocked? First of all. First of all. Okay. No, it's because I got the vaccine, dude. Clearly. Alright. Where is this? I need more of this color. Don't tell anyone, but I'm using a Citadel color right now. I know, I feel gross. I need white. I need some white. Where it at? There we go. The amount of paint I'm putting out here is so stupid. Like, it's not even picking up on the palette so little, but I know I don't need a lot. You can see it a little bit. Needs more best girl a la Riel. I have no idea what that means. Literally no idea what your joke was. Let's see, we need more white. Oh god. When are we finally gonna throw this bottle away? It's been like over a year. It's gotta go. Everqueen? What is this? What cringe comment are you making right now? Are you talking about the Warhammer model? The Age of Sigmar model on the back of the giant beetle? I love the chat today so much. It's so good. I love it, guys. Can we just go back to Dragon Ball Z chat? Can we just go back to Dragon Ball Z, please? I feel like that was a safer environment for my mental health.
Alright, so my stream needs more of a GW model. Got it. Alright, well, I will definitely get right on that for you, for sure. Oh man, speaking of Trunks, have you seen the cringe lord that there's like a whole video about him. He like lives his life pretending cosplaying as Trunks all the time. If you haven't seen it, that's what everybody should be doing. Get off my stream and go look. There's this dude, he's like a bodybuilder and he like cuts his hair, or he either wears a wig, I forget exactly what he does, but it is like, I mean, I know I'm a professional artist for a living, but like, you gotta draw the line somewhere, right? The line for him was the direct line with the bowl he was using to cut his hair. Okay, I'm pretty alright with all that. Now, in the reference photos I was given, his eyes were like completely just like one color, like that, with like some reddish magenta-y. So I guess we need to go back in with that magenta. But I do like that. I think it delineates enough out from the armor and all that goodness. Oh, Chewy. Okay, so, okay. So you say that there's a girl that I went to high school with. We're gonna face cam it on this one. So there's a girl that I went to high school with, whose entire life revolves around being the Little Mermaid, so much so that she dyes her hair, like bleaches it white and then dyes it bright red, including her eyebrows. And I remember like right out of high school, she dropped out of college because she was making more money doing kids' birthday parties as Ariel. Then it turned into her getting a big like Disney following on social media because everything she did in life was based on being Ariel. So wearing like seashell jewelry, and then like Little Mermaid shirts and merch, and then she started like reviewing Little Mermaid shirts and merch, and then she started buying the I remember exactly how, I think she said it was like $3,000. She bought like one of those synthetic mermaid tails, and then like started doing all these like really cringy photo shoots and like a shell bra like swimsuit thing that she like, all this is like made by Etsy people. And so then she started getting photo shoots of that, and then she started doing meetups, and I know this only because of Facebook, and then started doing meetups with other merfolk, I believe is the correct term they prefer for you to call them. And so she started doing that, and then like her comments were full of like a bunch of dudes being like, "You're beautiful, my sweetie," like, you know, stuff like that. Everybody, you understand what I'm saying. And so then all of a sudden she's like, "Yo, like, I got a boyfriend now, and he looks just like Prince Eric." And like literally, she started dating a dude, and she made him grow out his hair and wear like blouses, like pirate blouses, to look like Prince Eric from The Little Mermaid. I'm not even kidding. And this guy literally like when you saw his photo, and like I know that these people were just living their lives, and like he got involved in something he didn't understand, that like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to be understanding here. Like, I buy games that I, like, never play, right? Like, I have board games in my collection I don't play. I have a Steam library full of video games that I'll never touch, right? Like, I got miniatures I never paint. I've got problems, okay? We all have problems with our hobbies, so I understand these people are just living their lives, okay? But every photo this Prince Eric dude was in, he literally looked like he was trapped, okay? Like, he needed help. And it was so bad. But it was cool, dude. And like they were taking little like cringe shots, like they went to a beach so they could do like washed ashore photos together. And then like one of them got sick, and so on like Valentine's Day, I remember, y'all, I love seeing people's lives like this, and that's why I will never remove them from my Facebook, because I'm like, I don't have to eat dinner when I see these posts, because they're so satisfying. Like I literally don't have to eat dinner. It's so good, right? Like, that was so good to see. But so then he like made a boat out of cardboard boxes in her apartment one time, and then like put like stuffed animals all over the house, and they recreated in a cardboard boat that he did in the living room of her apartment. And they did the kiss the girl scene out of the cardboard boat. Anyway, she's single now. She's still doing Little Mermaid shit. She lives in this town, actually. She never left, which is funny. Now that we moved back, she still lives in the same town, and I saw her, and I know I saw her because I saw somebody with unnaturally red ass hair. So, but yeah. Anyway, you can leave, Sharky. That's it. Again, like he made it out. I mean. Christian, that's funny. But I mean, you know, there's a job out there for everybody. That's the truth of it, is that everybody can make something work, right? Except for me, I cannot make painting work. That's what I've learned. Time to see what Disney character I look like, right? Hunchback of Notre Dame. One of the gargoyles, maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna go back into the eyes with more magenta. I hope you enjoyed story time though. That was all literally true, by the way. Like I could not make any of that up. Oh, and then okay, I can't give out too many details, but there's a set, because I don't want people like doxing this chick. But there's a satire newspaper here in Oklahoma, and it is like the best newspaper of all time. Okay. And they talk about just like super cringe things that happen in this state, which is like 99% of what happens in the state. And they did an article about her, and like the whole article was like, yo, I wonder like if a frat could like hire her, and then she just like showed, like it was literally like cringy, like what are the limits that you can do as a mermaid and like whatever. And so she found out about it because they were like it was very easy to figure out who it was. And so instead of just ignoring it, right, which like if this satire newspaper writes about you, because every year they do a compilation of photos of people from the state fair, and they call it like creatures from the state fair or something, and like the photos that you see, you literally are like, how is this even real, right? But so like if they write an article about you, just like whatever, just chill. But instead, she called like the Disney Army on them, and then they wrote like multiple articles, went back and forth, and all these Disney people were like leaving these like huge like, you know, Bible quote, like biblical huge dissertations about like, how dare you, like the Little Mermaid saved my life, like literally, like anyway. But you know, people, I mean, it's cool. People are cool, man. Let's get these eyes glowing again. I obviously dulled them down. But yeah, I remember that happening years ago, and just being like, oh, because I remember she like shared about it, like, hey, will you please go on here and defend me, like on her Facebook. And I was like, this is the worst thing she could do. Does she not realize, like, you don't, oh boy, like she took the Matt Gaetz approach, like Like, don't ever address it if it's a problem. So I'm just gonna go for like a bright yellow again, and then I'm gonna get out of here. Yeah. Barber strike stay in effect all day, 100%. That is exactly what happened. Alright, well, not bad for an hour and change of painting. Still gotta work on the armor. The brown stuff, that'll be easy though, like the tassel in between. Do little claws. The claws already, you know, super cheat mode with the Zenithal, so I'm not too concerned. And then I'm gonna airbrush the cloak. So, oh, and the hair. But the hair, I'll figure out what to do there. But anyway, I hope you guys had an enjoyable time going through memory lane as I tell you about people of my high school. Man, maybe that should be my new lane, is just like talking about some of the people I went to high school with, because I definitely, I haven't like kept up with them, but I, you know, see their stuff on social media, and it's just like, oh man, what's going on? But new lane for a different day. Wonderful story time. But alright, well, you know, as they say, gang, all that good stuff. And yeah. We'll see you next time. Adioses.